You're out at a cafe and you see a beautiful golden retriever sitting quietly under a table. A little later at the grocery store, you spot a small poodle peeking out of someone's tote bag. It makes you wonder, are these service dogs or emotional support animals? It's a question many of us have, and the confusion is real. But knowing the difference is super important, not just for us, but for the people who depend on these amazing animals. So let's clear things up. First, let's talk about service dogs. A service dog isn't just a well-behaved pet. According to the Americans with Disabilities Act, or ADA, a service dog is individually trained to do work or perform specific tasks for a person with a disability. These aren't just tricks. They are life-saving skills. Think about a guide dog leading someone who is visually impaired, a medical alert dog sensing a seizure before it happens, or a mobility assistance dog retrieving dropped items for someone in a wheelchair. These dogs are essentially living medical equipment, and their job is critical. They go through months, sometimes years, of intensive, specialized training to master these tasks. They learn to stay focused in busy environments, ignoring distractions to be ready to help their handler at a moment's notice. Now, what about emotional support animals, or ESAs? An emotional support dog is a companion animal that provides comfort, a sense of safety, and emotional stability to a person with a mental or emotional health condition. Their very presence can help alleviate symptoms of anxiety, depression, or PTSD. Unlike service dogs, ESAs are not required to have any specific task training. Their primary role is simply to be there for their owner, providing that invaluable emotional connection and support. They are wonderful companions, but their function is fundamentally different from that of a service dog. So, what are the key differences? Let's break it down. First is training. Service dogs have extensive, task-oriented training. Emotional support dogs do not. This is the biggest distinction. The second major difference is public access, because service dogs are considered medical equipment. Federal law under the ADA grants them access to almost anywhere the public is allowed to go. This includes restaurants, stores, hospitals, and airplanes. Emotional support animals, on the other hand, do not have this broad public access right. Their legal protections are much more limited. This brings us to the third point, legal protection. Service dogs are protected by the ADA, which ensures their access rights. Emotional support animals are primarily protected under the Fair Housing Act. This act prevents landlords from discriminating against tenants who need an ESA, meaning they can live in no pets housing. They also used to have rights on airplanes, but those rules have changed, and now airlines are no longer required to accommodate them. So, if you see a dog in a non-pet friendly store, it should legally be a service dog performing its job. This is where a serious problem comes in: misrepresentation. Unfortunately, some people will buy a vest online and falsely claim their pet is a service animal to take them into public places. This is not a harmless little white lie. It has huge negative consequences. Untrained pets can be disruptive or even aggressive, causing problems for businesses and the public. More importantly, this behavior creates skepticism and barriers for people who rely on legitimate service dogs. A business owner who has had a bad experience with a fake service dog might illegally question or deny access to a real team. This puts the health and safety of the person with a disability at risk. To wrap it up, service dogs and emotional support dogs both play incredibly valuable roles, but those roles are distinct. Service dogs are highly trained medical assistants with legal rights to public access. Emotional support dogs are comforting companions with legal protections mainly in housing. Understanding and respecting these differences is crucial. It's about being responsible, respecting the law, and most importantly, supporting the independence and safety of people with disabilities. Thanks for watching, and if you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. See you next time.